go, baby.
First time ever, right here in Portsmouth, Ohio, at PRP. The green flag is out. We're 3-1, and we are underway. Don O'Neill disposes of Scott Bloomquist right off the bat. Up high, it's the O-Show, Jimmy Owens, but it's going to be Don O'Neill motoring out in front of the entire field and leading them into turn number 3. Off corner number 4 to complete lap number 1. It is Don O'Neill.
O'Neill will lead Owens second. Frank is third. Bloomquist back to fourth. Fifth is McDowell. Jimmy Owens to the top shelf. Here they are, the top two of the Lucas Oil points, wheel to wheel at PRP off of 4. And we've got a new leader, and it's going to be Jimmy Owens.
2 laps, 2 different leaders. The O-Show goes back to the front of the field. The reigning Lucas Oil champ, the reigning DTWC champ, ride 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Chubb Frank, he's up to 3rd, but here comes Bloomquist trying to take that spot back.
Bloomquist runs in 4th, 5th McDowell, 6th is Richard, 7th is Conley, 8th is Clinton, 9th runs Zach Dome, 10th right now is Ben Atkins. Down the back straightaway, Jimmy Owens looking for that first ever DTWC win. 4 laps in the books, game.
The top 12 nose to tail. Good action back toward the middle of the pack, though. Up front, the O-Show with about a 12-car length lead over Don O'Neill, Bloomquist, and Chubb Frank continue to slug it out for 3rd. Frank holds on to that position for now as we work lap 5.
Here they are, side-by-side battle between Bloomquist and Frank, the 2 veterans going at it. They do have a history. They have touched a few times down on the racetrack, but right now Bloomquist will take the 3rd spot. 5 in the books. McDowell runs in 5th, but right now, if your name starts with an O, you're in good shape. Owens and O'Neill 1st and 2nd.
Bloomquist now to 3rd. He is trying to hold on to the tail end of the lead lap. Heavy traffic in front of race leader Jimmy Owens.
Right away, Owens continues to lead. O'Neill 2nd, Bloomquist 3rd. Chubb Frank 4th. 5th remains McDowell, 6th Richard, 7th is Conley, 8th is Clinton, 9th is Atkins, 10th is Dome. Meanwhile, Owens, heavy traffic in turn 2, Chuck.
Sure is. Now the O-Show will go to the high side, trying to find the way around Delvis Conley. That's not an easy task.
Here comes McDowell. Dale McDowell will go to 4th at 17 in the Masters Built Team Dillon car. Frank back to 5th. We got a spin at 2. Landers and the caution will be out.
Green flag back in the air, the O-Show. Jimmy Owens leads the field down into turn number 1. Here comes Bloomquist making a bid for the lead. Bloomquist has gotten by O'Neill for 2nd, and he is wanting more. Ben Atkins up 1 more spot.
Yeah.
He's gotten by Chubb Zilla for 4th, and the local fave is on the move.
Here they come. He is rolling. Ben Atkins find the top 3 in the Lucas Oil points. Down the back straightaway, Atkins 4th, Chubb is 5th, McDowell 6th, Richards is 7th, Brady Smith 8th, 9th is RJ. And look who's 10th. Yes, sir. 4B is 10th. Jackie Boggs. Here they come.
Jackie Boggs wanting 1 more spot. Imagine that. A Boggs and a Conley side by side at Portsmouth Raceway Park. Those 2 racers have 7 PRP track championships between them. 4 by RJ, 3 for Jackie Boggs. And right now they're side by side racing in the top 10 in the biggest race ever in PRP.
Oh, you know they'd love to end up in victory lane right now. Jimmy Owens down the back straightaway. 19 in the books.
Right behind him, Kid Rocket, Josh Richards. In that 8th spot, that's going to be the 2 of Brady Smith, followed by the 71 of R.J. Conley, and Jackie Boggs rounds out the top 10. Here comes the 57 machine of Benny Atkins closing in on the 71 of O'Neill. Davenport, the 15 machine, that's your lap car. O'Neill right there, along with Benny Atkins and McNatty. Dale McDowell.
The top 5 right here. Zach Dome out of line now. Jimmy Owens down the back straightaway. The 2 lap cars are Landers and Dome between Scott Bloomquist, Don O'Neill still 3rd. 4th is Atkins, 5th McDowell. 6th is Frank, 7th is Richards, 8th is Conley. 9th is Smith, 10th is Boggs. Down the main straightaway over Zach Dome.
Zach Dome comes
36 complete at PRP.
and it's double file to get on the restart. Your leader by himself, everybody else doubles him up. Here comes McDowell to 17 on the low side. Benny Atkins still trying to make that high side work. He's going to keep the momentum on the high side. Ben Atkins still in that 4th spot. McDowell, Chubb Frank, Josh Richards, Brady Smith. Wow. Oh, something broke on McDowell with the 17-inch machine. Oh, heartbreak for McDowell. Caution on the speedway.
Competitors at the Lucas Oil points, O'Neill and Bloomquist behind them. Here we go, Bruce.
Then it's going to be Richards and Atkins. Again, it's going to be Jimmy Owens in the 20 machine out in front. Here he comes looking underneath. not going to make it stick. That was Scott Bloomquist. Couldn't make it stick. Benny Atkins again trying to work that high side. Here comes Chubb Zilla into that fifth spot. And right there with him, Kid Rocket, Josh Richards, R.J. Conley. Here comes Brady Smith on the high side. Brady Smith on the high side trying to look on the high part of the 71 machine of R.J. Conley.
Down the back
Brady
right away.
Smith.
Yeah, great racing back there from third on back. Now can Bloomquist catch Owens? The top two in the Lucas Oil points the last 4 seasons. Bloomquist won it twice. Owens finished second twice. Owens won it last year, and Owens wins it again this year. But right there, they battled into 3. O'Neal, Atkins fourth, fifth is Richards. Conley back into 6th. RJ around Chubb.
And we're seeing multiple lights again come in because now we're seeing the one machine of Chubb Frankfurt.
And he's going to make a hot pit stop right here. That was his last win. You know he's hungry. Here we
He's
go.
hungry, absolutely. At green drops once again. Jimmy Owens, Scott Bloomquist, Don O'Neal. And here comes Kid Rocket, now one machine. Josh Richards in the 157 machine. Benny Atkins going to drop back a spot now as Richards right underneath of him. Atkins not going to let it go that easy. R.J. Conley on the high side of the 15 machine of Steve Francis. Atkins loses one spot, going to try to protect the next one. And the lead position is still going to be the 20 machine of Jimmy Owens.
And Francis now on the move. Steve Francis, another spot around RJ. Here comes Carrier.
Owens not gaining a whole lot of ground on Jimmy Mars. He has been riding about 3 car lengths behind Mars over the past 5 laps. Bloomquist is, however, inching closer and closer to the O show as we now have 68 laps scored.
They're about to play a 3-way tango for the lead right now because the yellow 71 at Donadale on turn number 2, not only looking for the back-to-back victories, but looking for second place in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series as he tries to track down Owens and Bloomquist. Richards still 4th, Atkins 5th, Pearson 6th. Right here, they're still all in it.
Everybody from third on back is starting to gain ground as the top 2 continue to have issues with lap traffic directly in front of them. The Owens has, Osho I should say, Jimmy Owens has led since lap number 2. In turn number 3 if he chooses to do so. He is 1 lap down, so now the top 5 all running nose to tail. However, there is some distance in between third place running Don O'Neal and Kid Rocket. O'Neal has caught the top 2 though with 25 to go.
Remember what happened at Florence back in August. Jimmy Owens had the lead, left the door open for O'Neal, took advantage of it. Down the front straightaway, the top 3 right here together in the 1. As Richards will try to close in the 1 car. It's Owens, Bloomquist, O'Neal, 76 complete.
It'll be O'Neal off of 4. We got 17 left. It's going to be Jimmy Owens. Owens, your leader. This is going to be Scott Bloomquist, Don O'Neal, Chubb Frank, Ben Atkins in the 57, your top 5. Lap traffic still right there ahead of them. It's going to be the 28 machine. Man, Jimmy Mars right there, but still, they're not able to close in. Lap traffic ahead. These guys right now just starting to string it out around the racetrack. Your leader is Jimmy Owens in the 20 machine. Scott Bloomquist in the 71 then of Don O'Neal, and O'Neal is closing in.
Jimmy out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Remains your leader, Jimmy Owens, the Cornet Ford. Bloomquist race car underneath him out of turn number 4. Mike Reese, the car owner. Second consecutive Lucas Oil Championship. What is Bloomquist going to do as he closes rapidly into turn number 1 out of 2? Owens just a little bit better on the turns, Bruce. 9 to go to decide it.
9 to go, and again, Jimmy Owens brings it into quarter number 3. Bloomquist again, kamikaze it in, closing that gap up, and then it's going to be Don O'Neal in that 3rd spot. Lap traffic really not going to come into play. We got 8 to go, and we are closing them in quick. Again, it's going to be Jimmy Owens in the 20, Scott Bloomquist in the 0, the 71, then of Don O'Neal. That's your front 3. Kid Rocket in that 4th spot, followed by Ben Atkins and Earl Pearson Jr.
96 laps recorded. Leo Show, Jimmy Owens continues to follow Jimmy Mars as he has since about the halfway point of the race. Right now, Owens has his largest lead over Scott Bloomquist as he has enjoyed over the last 40 laps or so. 3 to go, this time by the flag stand. If Scott Bloomquist has anything left, now is the time to let it all hang out. $50,000 to the winner, $15,000 per second. Both are great paydays, but 35 G's is 35 G's, and I'm sure that Bloomquist would love to get one more spot for the bragging rights, if nothing else. 2 laps to go. It's still Owens, Bloomquist, O'Neal, Kid Rocket, and local favorite Ben Atkins rounds out the top 5. The white flag will be displayed by head flagman Bob Smith, this time by, there it is, final time around. Owens takes the 20 machine into turn 1 and and brings it off turn number 2 for the final time. 99 scores, 2 turns away from becoming the 2012 DTWC champ. The checkered flag is in the air, and the O-Show, Jimmy Owens.
Came into this race, unlike last year, with zero pressure on you. Does it feel nice to put a nice exclamation point at this season with a $50,000 finale win?
It does, you know, and this is in one of our best tracks. It hasn't been real good to us in the past, but, you know, you come in with no pressure on, we could try a few things, and that's all we did. We come in with a little different setup than what we normally run, and it paid off. It's been good. I mean, we hot lapped good, we qualified good, and you know, we heat raced good, and you know, it carried on over into feature for us.
Got the lead early there. Scott and Don talked about that was so important for you to kind of be able to get out front. They can never track you down. I know you started on the front row, but how big was that? Get the lead and maintain the lead.
I was really concerned about the pace. I know the high side in 1 and 2 was going to be kind of questionable for a long time, whether or not you wanted to go up there on the restarts. But for the most part, you know, we was able to get by O'Neill on the high side. But the track was kind of dominant on the bottom all weekend anyway, so as soon as we got by Don, we dropped to the bottom and didn't move.
Tire-wise, you had something a little different on left rear, Scott and those guys. When you got out there, were you wondering if you had the right tire on or not?
You know, they're about halfway. It started slipping a little off the corners right before the track started rubbering up. And so I could tell we was losing a little bit of grip, but then the track started rubbering up, and I know we was fine out of that.
You are a back-to-back Lucas Oil champion. It wasn't all that long ago Scott was tough to beat on this tour. He told me tonight Jimmy Owens is the guy to beat on this tour now. You've won back-to-back championships. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is. It says a lot for our crew. We've learned so much the past several years just in maintenance programs and how to finish races and how to points race. I mean, we did it in the past in the modifieds, but you know, when you race those deals, if you didn't do good one night, you could back it up with a win the next night. But here, you know, you got to perform night in and night out, and it just really shows, you know, how hard my crew works. Chris and Kenny and Chad and Hootie and all of them.
17 first or seconds. That's unfathomable, isn't it?
I'd like for it to be 17 first. So way too many seconds, but you know, it just the competition we race against week in and week out. It could be anybody's race, and you know, I'm honored to be part of it.
Have you thought about 2013 yet?
I know we'll probably run the Lucas Oil Series again because we're going to run most of the races anyway, and but it's still a few months away, so we're going to just relax and take it easy and get prepared for next year.